Look at today's NFL from the running back standpoint. Who are some of the guys that really stand out for you, some guys that you respect, and maybe see a little bit of yourself in them in today?
Yeah, when you look at Christian McCaffrey and Alvin Kamara, you think about Saquon Barkley. These are guys that, they play all three downs, and when the team is asking them to do some things, it's like they can do it, whether it's run the ball inside or outside, catch the ball out of the backfield, and the most important thing, step up and protect the quarterback when that needs to be done.
When you look at KYREN Williams from the LA Rams, what growth have you seen in him coming into this season from last season? I mean, it seemed like he was just on an absolute tear. But what does he have to do to not only stay healthy, but continue to maximize his yardage on the field and be productive?
Yeah, one of the things you do to get better from year one to year two is start to study yourself. You study your opponent, you learn some things about them, but you got to study yourself and figure out what are your weaknesses, what are the things that you can get better at. And he's a young kid that's thirsty for knowledge. I spent a little time with him. He asked me a bunch of questions, and that right there says to me he's in the position of personal development, not just on the field and off the field, but off the field.
Marshall Faulk, when you played in your prime, where would that Marshall Faulk fit in today's NFL?
Oh, I'd probably be playing wide receiver because that's where the money is.
I heard that. Last thing for you, when you look at just the schemes of the game, especially how defensive coordinators scheme against the offense, primarily the run game, the wide out game, what teams should we be looking for in this coming NFL season that are going to be some surprises, or maybe just a team that's stepped up on the defensive side of the ball that are really going to make some noise?
I think two things that you got to look for. I look in Pittsburgh with Arthur Smith. He got two quarterbacks that's mobile, that can also throw the ball. They both know how to lead. You got the veteran leader who's won Super Bowls and the young leader who's won national championships. So it's like that dynamic. It's awesome to have. And then the Atlanta Falcons. Raheem Morris, defensive coordinator. He's now the head coach. I know what they're going to be on defense. And not only that, they spent the money to get better on defense. They brought in some key parts. The trade for Judah, Judah from the Patriots. They now got a premier pass rusher, edge rusher, and the two safeties on the back end. It's Jesse Bates and Simmons. It's going to be tough, boy.
You play with some great quarterbacks, but C.J. Stroud, I mean, how do we make of C.J. Stroud going into year two?
It's just the dynamic of what the league is now. What they did better than anything was they asked him to grow, but they showed him some things that he did in college very well, and they implemented that in their offense. In today's game, when you get a young quarterback, you can't just ask him how to be an NFL quarterback. You have to now adapt the game to how we play in the NFL. And if you look at the whole RPO game, that wasn't a part of football when I came into the league. And if you ran the option of any type in college, when you came to the NFL, they didn't think you could play. But now, this version of the option is totally different, and these are the quarterbacks that you want.